Hey guys, it's Scott here, and there's some breaking news. This is actually massive news for property investors all over Australia. Now, what's happened is the new land tax rules that the Queensland state government tried to roll out has been quashed. And this was a very, very bad new tax law. What it essentially did is it said to anyone that owned property in Queensland as an investor, they would basically try and tax you more on the land tax. I won't go into the whole thing. I'll put a link in this video to an article where I go into a lot more detail. Ultimately, what this meant is that investors in Queensland property would be punished with really high land tax. Now, here is the problem. It sounds good because if you're not an investor, or if you're struggling to find a property, or you want property prices to come down to become more affordable, or if you're a renter, you think, hey, get rid of the investors. All my problems are the investors. The problem is this: investors bring capital, investors take risks to build brand new property, and this literally increases the housing supply. The only way we will get house prices to come down and to maintain a good equilibrium with our incomes is to create more supply. That means you've got to get more people building more brand new property. Existing property, that's existing, but we've got over 200,000 people coming into the country every year, and Queensland has got massive interstate migration, so people from other states are moving to Queensland. This is why the vacancy rate in Queensland right now is less than 1%. There is literally almost nowhere to rent in Queensland right now. It's particularly bad in Brisbane, particularly bad in the Gold Coast. And what the government realized after rolling out this rule, and the reason why they pulled it back, is they realized that investors would simply pass on this additional land tax to their tenants. Now, it's easy to pass it on because there's nowhere to rent. So this means that the renters have little power. All the power is with the landlords. I'm not saying I necessarily agree with that, but what it means is that landlords can increase rents to cover their expenses. That doesn't mean landlords are bad people. Landlords are just trying to cover their expenses. It's the government increasing those expenses. So this was a bad move by the state government in Queensland. This is a strange government, to be very honest with you. They make a lot of strange rules. Now, a lot of the things that they do are quite popularist. A lot of the things that they do seem good on the surface, but, economically, the long-term effects of some of the things that they're doing are bad. And they're not just bad for property investors, they're bad for everyone. So anyway, breaking news, guys. The power to the people. The government came under a lot of pressure to reverse this and change this. I don't think I can remember this ever happening, but they have reversed it. They have changed it. And it just goes to show that things like negative gearing, things like the benefits for property investors, if you attack this, the voter base will come after you. The Labor government basically lost the federal election based on their policy of trying to remove negative gearing. No government will ever do this again. And in fact, the way to fix the housing crisis, the way to fix the rental crisis is to increase supply. This literally means you've got to give incentives for someone out there to build new property. So you can expect to see in the next 1, 2, 3, 4 years, more incentives for people to build brand new property. And if you build with the right people, if you do your due diligence, you're going to have an incredible property. Brand new property, you get all the tax deductions. Brand new property, more attractive to your tenants. Brand new property holds its value more. Brand new property, you can charge more rent. Brand new property has more positive income on it in many, many cases. And so this is why I do love the strategy. I am very attracted to the strategy of brand new property. Anyway, guys, a win for investors. Wanted to update you. And guys, it's the long weekend right now. Take care. Have a great long weekend. And signing off here at the Freedom HQ. Please come in sometime. We're at Barangaroo here in Sydney, and we're in South Bank in Melbourne. See you all soon, guys. Take care.